I was the side chick in my own marriage. My husband was obsessed with his male best friend. For
He
Christmas,
bought Marcus a brand new PlayStation 5, a Rolex watch, and courtside tickets to see his favorite team, with a card that said, "To my brother who's been there through everything." He bought me dish towels. Dish towels! Because I mentioned ours were old. And I said nothing. I smiled and said thank you while Marcus opened his gifts first, like it was his Christmas morning and I was just there to clean up the wrapping paper. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos, and comment where you're watching from. I want to see how far this story reaches. Now settle in and grab some popcorn because this one gets dark. Maya and James met at a mutual friend's wedding. Everyone expected James to end up with someone more outgoing, more like Marcus's girlfriend at the time. But James chose Maya because she was peaceful and wouldn't stress him out. The problem started 3 months into marriage, when Marcus broke up with his girlfriend and needed a place to crash for a few weeks. That was 18 months ago. The disrespect catalog. Marcus uses their master bathroom, leaving it a mess. Maya cleans it daily without complaint. James and Marcus have boys' nights every Friday. When Maya asks to join once, Marcus jokes, "Sorry, no wives allowed at the cool kids table." James laughs. Marcus eats the meals Maya prepares for James without asking. When she mentions making extra, James says, "See, this is why I married you. You're so considerate." For Christmas, James buys Marcus a PlayStation 5 and buys Maya dish towels because you mentioned ours were old. Maya's best friend Kenya constantly tells her, "Girl, you need to put your foot down." But Maya's father's voice echoes, "Marriage is compromise. Don't be the woman who drives her husband away." It's their second anniversary. Maya plans an intimate dinner, wears the dress James complimented once, sets up their small balcony with string lights. James comes home with Marcus. "Baby, Marcus just got laid off. He's really down. I figured we could cheer him up with your amazing cooking." Maya feels the familiar knot in her stomach. She looks at the table set for two, the candles, the playlist of their wedding songs. "It's our anniversary," she says quietly. "I know, babe, but we can celebrate any day. Marcus needs us right now." Marcus walks past her to the table. "Wow, Maya, you really went all out. James is lucky to have someone so accommodating." The word stings differently this time. During dinner, Marcus dominates the conversation. He talks about his ex, his job loss, his plans. James is fully engaged, asking questions, offering advice. Maya might as well be the furniture. Then, Marcus says something that changes everything. "Remember that trip to Bali we talked about, James? We should finally do it. Get away from all the stress." "Wait, what trip?" asks Maya. "Oh, Marcus and I have been planning this guy's trip for months. 2 weeks in Bali. Should be epic." 2 weeks? When? "Next month." "That's when we were supposed to visit my mother. She's having surgery." James shifts uncomfortably. "We can reschedule that. Your mom will understand." Something in Maya breaks, not loudly, quietly, like a crack in glass that spreads slowly. "I'd like to speak to you alone," Maya says. Marcus stands. "I'll give you two some privacy. Thanks for dinner, Maya. You really know how to make a guy feel at home." He winks. When Marcus leaves, Maya finally speaks her truth. She tells James everything, how invisible she feels, how Marcus has taken over their lives, how tonight was supposed to be about them. James doesn't apologize. He gets defensive. "You're being dramatic. Marcus is family. You knew he was my best friend when you married me." "I married you, not him." "Well, maybe if you were more fun, more spontaneous like Marcus, I wouldn't need to—" He stops himself, but the damage is done. "Wouldn't need to what?" Silence. "I need some air," James says. He grabs his keys. "Where are you going?" "To Marcus's room. At least he doesn't make me feel guilty for existing." He leaves Maya standing in the ruins of her anniversary dinner. Maya can't sleep. At 2 a.m., she hears voices and laughter from the guest room. She walks down the hallway and hears James and Marcus talking. Honestly, bro, I don't know how you do it. Maya's so clingy. James, she has her moments. Marcus, remember when you dated Simone? Now that was a woman who knew how to have fun. James, laughing, Simone was chaos. Marcus, but admit it, sometimes you miss the excitement. A pause. James, sometimes. Maya's hand hovers over the door handle. She doesn't knock. She goes back to her bedroom and makes a decision. The next morning, she calls in sick to work and goes to the doctor. She's been feeling off for weeks, tired, nauseous. The doctor confirms she's pregnant, 7 weeks. Maya sits in her car in the parking lot, hands shaking. She should be happy, but all she feels is fear. She's bringing a child into a marriage where she already feels like a guest. She decides to tell James that evening. Maybe a baby will change things. Maybe it will remind him what matters. When Maya gets home, the house is empty. There's a note on the counter. Went hiking with Marcus. Back tomorrow. J. Tomorrow? He didn't even ask. Didn't even tell her. She calls him. It goes to voicemail. She texts, James, we need to talk. It's important. Please call me. Hours pass. No response. At 11 p.m., her phone rings. Unknown number. Mrs. Thompson, this is Ranger Martinez from Red Ridge Park. There's been an accident. Her world stops. James and Marcus were climbing. There was a rock slide. Both fell. Marcus has minor injuries. James is in critical condition. They're at County General. Maya drives through tears, her hand on her stomach, whispering, Please be okay. Please be okay. At the hospital, she rushes to the ICU. A doctor stops her. Mrs. Thompson, your husband is stable but unconscious. He has significant head trauma. We won't know the extent until he wakes up. Can I see him? Soon, but first, I need to ask, does your husband have a healthcare directive? I'm his wife. I make the decisions. The doctor nods. Of course, I just ask because Mr. Coleman mentioned your husband had expressed wishes about Marcus? What does Marcus have to do with this? He's listed as your husband's emergency contact. The words don't make sense. That's wrong. I'm his wife. The doctor checks the chart. It says here, emergency contact, Marcus Coleman. Her legs nearly give out. Her own husband listed his best friend as his emergency contact, not his wife, not the mother of his unborn child. James wakes up 3 days later. Maya has barely left his side, though Marcus has been there constantly too, acting like the grieving spouse. When James opens his eyes, the first word he says is, Marcus? Not Maya. Marcus. He's fine, Maya says quietly. Minor injuries. James relaxes visibly. Then he notices Maya. Hey, you've been here? I'm your wife, James. Of course I've been here. Over the next week, James recovers. The doctor says he was lucky. An inch different and the rock would have killed him. Maya waits for the right moment to tell him about the baby. She wants him stable first. She wants them to be okay first. But then she overhears another conversation. Marcus visits James alone. Maya is getting coffee when she returns and hears them through the door. I'm so sorry, man. I feel like this is my fault. How is it your fault? It was an accident. I convinced you to come. I needed this. Being at your place with Maya always watching me, judging me, it's suffocating. She means well. Does she, though? Because it feels like she's trying to come between us. Before you married her, we used to do everything together. Now I'm the bad guy for wanting time with my best friend? A pause. James reconsiders and agrees. You're right. I've let her influence me too much. When I get out of here, things are going to change. Maya doesn't wait to hear more. She walks away, her decision crystallizing with each step. Maya doesn't tell James about the pregnancy. Not yet. Instead, she watches. She watches as Marcus continues to dominate their lives, as James makes plans without her, as she becomes more invisible. One evening, 2 months after the accident, James announces, "Marcus is moving in permanently. His lease is up and rent is crazy. It makes sense." "No," Maya says. James looks stunned. "What?" "I said no. He's not moving in permanently." "Maya, come on, be reasonable." "I am being reasonable. This is our home, our marriage. He can't live here forever." Marcus walks in, having heard everything. "Wow, Maya, I knew you didn't like me, but I didn't realize you'd kick me when I'm down." "You're not down. You're freeloading." James's face turns red. "Don't talk to him like that." "Then don't treat me like a stranger in my own home. Maybe if you acted like you wanted me here instead of being jealous of my friendship." "I'm pregnant." The words explode into the silence. James stares. Marcus stares. "What?" James whispers. "I'm pregnant. 4 months. I found out the day before your accident. I've been trying to find the right time to tell you, but there's never a right time because Marcus is always here." Her voice breaks. "I'm having your baby, and I still come second to your best friend." Marcus clears his throat. "I should go." "No," Maya says. "You should stay. You should hear this. You've been living in our marriage for 2 years. You might as well know it's about to expand." She turns to James. "I need you to choose. Not forever, not some dramatic ultimatum, just for now. For this pregnancy, I need to know I come first. I need to know our baby comes first." James looks between Maya and Marcus. The silence stretches unbearably. Finally, he speaks. "Marcus is my brother. I can't just kick him out." The words land like stones. "I'm your wife," Maya says softly, "and you're asking me to choose. I'm asking you to prioritize your family. Marcus is family." Maya nods slowly, understanding settling over her like cold water. "Then I guess we have very different definitions of family." She walks to their bedroom and starts packing. James follows her. "Maya, stop. Let's talk about this." "We just did." "You're being irrational, hormonal." She spins around. "Don't you dare blame this on pregnancy. I've been screaming silently for 2 years. You just couldn't hear me over Marcus's voice." "I'll ask him to stay at a hotel tonight. We can talk." "1 night? You'll ask him to leave for 1 night?" "I need time to figure things out." "There's nothing to figure out, James. You chose him, again." Maya finishes a bag. As she heads downstairs, Marcus is waiting by the door. "Maya, I never meant to cause problems between you two." She laughs bitterly. "Yes, you did. You've been doing it since day 1. "I'm sorry." "No, you're not, but you will be." She leaves. James doesn't follow. Maya checks into a hotel. That night, she bleeds. Not much, but enough to terrify her. She drives herself to the ER at 3 a.m. The doctors run tests. The baby is okay, but Maya is under severe stress. They want to keep her overnight for observation. She stares at her phone. She should call James. He's the father. He should know. But she can't. She can't bear to hear Marcus in the background. Can't bear to come second again. She calls Kenya instead. Kenya arrives within the hour, furious and heartbroken. "I'm calling that man right now." "Don't, please." "Maya, he needs to know." "He'll find out when he notices I'm gone." But James doesn't notice. Not that night, not the next day. It's Marcus who calls, 36 hours after Maya left. "Hey, Maya, James is worried. You're not answering his texts." "What texts?" "He's been texting you." Maya checks her phone. Nothing. "No, he hasn't." "Oh, well, he meant to. Look, can you just come home? You're freaking him out." "I'm in the hospital." "What? Why?" "Where's James?" "He's at work." "I'll tell him. Which hospital?" "Don't bother." She hangs up. 20 minutes later, James calls. "Maya, Marcus said you're in the hospital. What happened? Complications. I'm okay now. I'm coming. To which room? The one where your wife is, or the one where Marcus is waiting? That's not fair. You're right. Nothing about this is fair. James comes to the hospital, alone, for once. He looks exhausted, guilty, scared. He sits beside her bed and takes her hand. I'm sorry. I've been an idiot. Yes, you have. I've asked Marcus to move out. Maya's heart skips. You did? I told him he needs to find his own place, that we need space, that we're having a baby and things need to change. What did he say? James hesitates. He was hurt. He said I was choosing a woman over our friendship. I'm not a woman. I'm your wife. I know. I told him that. He's looking for apartments now. Maya wants to feel relieved, but something feels off. James, why am I not your emergency contact? He looks confused. What? At the hospital after your accident, Marcus was your emergency contact, not me. That's from before we got married. I never updated it. We've been married 2 years. I forgot, okay? It doesn't mean anything, but it means everything. Over the next week, James is attentive. He comes to doctor appointments. He talks about baby names. He seems to be trying. But Marcus is still there, still in the guest room. Just until I find a place, he keeps saying. And James keeps believing him. Maya is 6 months pregnant when it happens. She's working from home on a video call when she hears shouting downstairs. James and Marcus are arguing. She mutes her mic and listens. Marcus, you've completely changed since she got pregnant. James, I'm about to be a father. Of course I've changed. Marcus, you used to be fun. Now you're boring. It's like she's turned you into a different person. James, I'm growing up, Marcus. No, you're giving up. On us. On the life we had. We're not in college anymore. So what? You're just going to abandon me? After everything we've been through? You're being dramatic. Am I? Because it feels like you're choosing her over me. There's that phrase again. Choosing. James's voice softens. Marcus, you're my best friend, but Maya is my wife. She's having my baby. They have to come first now. Do they, though? The question hangs in the air. What do you mean? James asks. I mean, are you sure it's yours? Silence. Terrible silence. Maya's blood runs cold. What the fuck did you just say? James's voice is ice. I'm just saying she's been acting weird, distant, always on her phone. What if... The sound of something crashing. Maya runs downstairs. James has Marcus pinned against the wall. Take it back, right now. I'm trying to protect you. By accusing my pregnant wife of cheating? Get out. Get out right now. James! Now! Marcus grabs his jacket and leaves, slamming the door. James turns and sees Maya on the stairs, tears streaming down her face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you heard that. Did you believe him? Even for a second? No, God no, Maya. Because if you did, if there's any part of you that questioned, there isn't, I swear. I know you. I know this baby is mine. But Maya sees the truth in his eyes. There was a moment, just a flash, where he wondered, and that's when she knows. This marriage is over. Maya goes into labor early, 36 weeks. She's at Kenya's apartment when her water breaks. Kenya calls James. He doesn't answer. She calls again. Nothing. Where is he? Maya gasps between contractions. Kenya tries one more time. Finally, he picks up. James, Maya's in labor. We're heading to St. Mary's. I'm on my way. But he's not. An hour passes, 2 hours. Maya is fully dilated, pushing, when James finally bursts into the delivery room. His shirt is torn, his knuckle is bleeding. "I'm here. I'm so sorry. I'm here." "Where were you?" Maya cries out. "I'll explain later. I'm here now." Their daughter is born 20 minutes later, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Perfect. Maya holds her and feels something she hasn't felt in years. Clarity. Later, after the nurses leave, James explains. "I was with Marcus. He called me, said he was going to hurt himself. I had to go. But when I got there, he wasn't actually going to do anything. He just wanted attention. Our daughter was being born." "I know. And you chose him again." "I was scared he'd do something stupid." "He manipulated you. He knew I was due any day. He called you on purpose." "You don't know that." "But Maya does. And so does James, deep down." "His name is on the birth certificate," Maya says quietly. "What?" "Under emergency contact, under person to call. You weren't here, so I left it blank, but the nurse kept asking who to call after you, and I realized I don't have anyone, because I gave up everything for a man who gave up nothing for me." "That's not true." "Yes, it is." Maya files for divorce when their daughter, Zoe, is 3 months old. James doesn't contest it. He's too tired, too defeated. Marcus, predictably, tries to be there for James during the divorce, but James finally sees him clearly. He sees the manipulation, the sabotage, the jealousy. He cuts him off, blocks his number, moves to a new place. But it's too late for Maya. The damage is done. Years later, they co-parent civilly. James is a good father, shows up for Zoe's recitals and parent-teacher conferences. He's dating someone new, someone who tolerates bullshit. And Maya, well, Maya is thriving. She started her own HR consulting firm. She wrote a book called The Guest Room Wife, about women who lose themselves in relationships. She's on panels, gives talks, helps other women find their voices. One day, at Zoe's 6th birthday party, James pulls her aside. "Can we talk?" "Of course." "I just wanted to say, you were right. About everything. I was so desperate to be the good guy, the loyal friend, that I became the bad husband. I let someone else live in our marriage, and I lost you because of it." "I appreciate you saying that. Do you think, is there any chance No. The word is firm, but kind. He words to be second, being convenient, being quiet. I'm done with that version of myself." James nods, understanding. "You deserve better. You always did." "I know," Maya says, not arrogantly, just factually. She watches him walk back to the party, then looks at her daughter, laughing with her friends. Some women lose themselves trying to keep a man. Maya lost a man and found herself instead, and that made all the difference. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you are not the guest in your own life. You are the main character. Act like it.